I think that for the diehards, they're going to be the same.
But in many ways, this was the most problematic case because it was the most difficult for prosecutors to prove. And yet, this is one in which the jury was only out for a day and a half.
Without a doubt, Trump's conviction is a major, right? This is a major source of kind of political capital for the Biden campaign.
This was a complicated case based upon the instructions that the judge gave these jurors. And in the end, it seemed that it was even a close call. This is a very quick verdict. And what it says to me is that jurors thought that prosecutors easily proved their case beyond a reasonable doubt, and that every one of these jurors ultimately believed that former President Trump had committed this offense. The fact that this was a 34-count indictment and that jurors unanimously agreed that the government had proven its case beyond a reasonable doubt in every single one of them is a sweeping victory for prosecutors and suggests that jurors here really had no doubts at all about the ultimate guilt of the former president in regards to these crimes.
Without a doubt, Trump's conviction is a major, right? This is a major source of kind of political capital for the Biden campaign to point to kind of reinforcing President Biden's campaign theme about democracy at stake, right? That the value that you can't have. How can you have a convicted criminal holding the highest office in the country? And this is just one of four, right, criminal cases, probably the only one that will kind of the only one that went to trial, has gone to trial, unlikely to see the other three go forward in the coming months. But without a doubt, the Biden campaign, I think, is going to stress the rule of law, the importance of character, of the presidency being the highest political office in the land, and the danger of having someone who is focused on criminal investigations rather than the national interest. Without a doubt, that will be a strong campaign platform.
A president hasn't even been indicted before, let alone convicted on all 34 counts. And it had some complications. The case had some complications, but the sweep of this is pretty amazing and pretty impressive. On this trial, the issues in this trial, forgetting all the others, I have always thought that this trial was the most damaging to him, even though the legal issues are not as consequential. They're not constitutional issues like some of the trials down the road will be. And the reason I think it's the most damaging is it goes to his character. It is pretty clear that the man had an affair with a woman when his wife was home with their new baby. And there's 52% of the population called women who think that's pretty much a bad thing to do. And then what came out in this trial, which was, I think, underreported, but I think a lot of people paid attention to, is that he didn't really care what his wife thought. The cover-up was not to keep it from his wife, which is what most people would do and what most people would think. His cover-up was all about the election and damage to the election. I think those two things, regardless of the legal arguments to and fro, are going to affect a lot of people, particularly women, who are 55% of the electorate. And so I think it's that piece of this, the story itself, the narrative itself, I think is even worse than the fact that he's now a felon 34 times.